Welcome. You are welcomed to this episode of my animated talk show, More Than a Womanist. I'm your host, Lanice Merritt, and I'm coming to you live with love from New York City. Today is December 20th. 5 more days to Christmas, 2 more weeks to 2022. Last episode, I let you guys know I have a vaccination appointment coming up. Well, I took the vaccine. It made my arm sore for a few days. I guess the chip had to get settled in. I'm joking. But happy holidays to all. It's going to be a chilly day. But I'm all warm and fuzzy inside because my websites are finally up and running. My podcast will be on booklandartistry.com. That's where all my content will be posted first. Hopefully that's where you guys are listening to me. A friend bought me flowers to celebrate, and Lord, I'm not complaining, but I don't like fake flowers. And I don't like flowers without the root. I don't like cut flowers. If you buy me flowers, bring it to me in a nice pot with fertilizer for my peace of mind, please. I'm a defender of the earth, okay? In my opinion, we should be worshiping plants. We should be worshiping what's already growing on our earth's crust. We have trees to breathe, plants for medicine, seeds to grow more food. We have everything we need on earth. It's time for a speech on climate change. This is the most interesting stuff on earth, literally. To begin, I am uncomfortable with the fact that, as a people, we still aren't sure what's in the Earth's core, or 80% of the ocean. There's an animal at the bottom of the ocean that could possibly hold the cure to cancer. Animals, along with plants, have assisted in breakthrough studies of modern medicine, biomedical research, and their use to manufacture pharmaceuticals. The earliest life form is bacteria. Bacteria can survive extreme conditions, environments humans cannot yet live in. An example of that right now is scientists are taking these life forms to other planets, these earliest life forms to other planets, in order to alter the ecosystems and create a sense of homeostasis and inhabitable environment for human life in the future. Whoa. Their plan is to create a blanket or form a cast over their environment that's already on the planet. This is amazing, we can do that. One of Jupiter's icy moons, or the planet Europa, it was first discovered by Galileo. You guys know, the father of astronomy. And the planet is being tested by scientists for life forms. The astronomers found that its surface is mostly ice with an ocean of liquid water and slush. And as you know, water is essential to life here on Earth. But water is obviously also essential to life forms that are growing on Europa. So every action has a reaction, and that is essential when we're talking about the fight for climate change. Because right now I see space travel as one of those quote-unquote necessary evils. And the evil part is the governments not caring to counteract the pollutants they put into the environment. For example, the holes in the ozone layer from space travel are increasing life-threatening problems for human, animals, and plants on Earth. There will be a hotel, a space hotel, scheduled to open by 2027, if you guys didn't know, because it was all I was raving about for a few months at a time. But the more journeys we take into space, the more irreversible damage that's done to the ozone layer. I'm curious as to what we're going to do with Europa. It made me think of the Flint water crisis, and the Flint water crisis should not have happened. We are a technological advanced country. That happened in our own back door due to corruption, not incapacity. I believe water should be free. I don't see overconsumption being a problem. If anything, people should drink more water, and more freshwater resources should be available. All water is and can be recycled and reused by processes of filtering. I want to share a story surrounding the death of the first inventor of the water-powered car. And I learned about this from my social studies teacher, who also served in the military. So he was just explaining to me about his time in the military, and we got to a conversation of some of the military technological advancements, some of the advancements that came from war. The guy's name was Stanley Meyer. He was ahead of his time and invented an automotive design for a vehicle that is powered from water instead of fuel. Multiple governments tried to get him to sell, but Stanley wanted his inventions to be open to the public for the people. Stanley was at a meeting with investors when he himself claimed to have been assassinated. While dying, he said, "They poisoned me." Seriously. His supporters believed he was murdered to suppress his inventions. And since then, no engine or vehicle manufacturer has incorporated his work. But other inventions with similar concepts exist that came after him, like the water turbine, which turns the energy from water into mechanical work.
Yeah, it ain't much after it.
That story intrigued me because as much as we've advanced as a people and technologically, we can apply that to climate change. And this is not the first time I gave my take on global warming. I actually have a lot of progressive ideas when it comes to farms and animals in respects to global warming. Human ancestors began hunting animals out of necessity. Hunting animals prompted the creation of spears and weapons, the necessary evils that we need to advance. Hunting provided early humans with food, clothing, materials to sustain themselves, similar to how it does now. In many cultures, animals are celebrated and rituals are performed before killing an animal because it's seen as a sacrifice because it's a luxury. It's not needed. In modern American society, we don't need to hunt animals for food, clothing, jewelry, and carpets out of necessity anymore. We don't have to live like early humans such as the Neanderthals that were forced to commit those acts against nature in order to lengthen the human lifespan. There are alternatives, Humans don't need to kill animals. In fact, it causes harm harms to ourselves because humans have weaker stomach acids than other mammals and their offsprings. Historically, deadly diseases have easily spread from animal to human. The most common is food poisoning. Another example would be swine flu. The coronavirus was also linked to an animal. Newsflash, what they eat makes us shit. This is heavy stuff. And I vote for the animals to go free. For us to create habitats, yes, the same way we're creating ecosystems on other planets. To create habitats for each species and their respective environments. We've been studying animals for so long. We know how to coexist as well as cultivate a whole species. My vote also goes towards not eating animals and only eating animals that die from natural causes. Studies show that not only does eating meat cause cancer, but because smoking causes cancer as well and people make their own decision, but not only does it cause cancer, it contributes to global warming. And we need our farmers to lead us in climate change. Farms play a significant role in global warming. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency reported that animal agriculture is the single largest source of methane emissions, which is responsible for the negative effects of climate change. And farms include tobacco farms, sugarcane farms, animal farms, and so forth. Farming is one of those things that was once seen to have a positive effect on the environment. Now it's having more of a negative effect on the environment. Before, cases could actually be made for deforestation. Now my vote would be to end deforestation. The earth literally shows us where we can build. Not to mention a lot of these areas are going left unused. And these people and entities that are starting wildfires in order to occupy land is beyond me. It's pure evil, and someone needs to say something. Because these oil companies are continuously carving the Amazon rainforest just for oil and then selling it to the US, and the number one consumer being California. Tis California. Because California, as well as New York, is very progressive and leads the way in reform and changing things, and that was heartbreaking. We need legal action to be taken in order to get the ball rolling. We can't keep sweeping things under the rug with thousands of animals dying from oil spills and forest fires intentionally caused by humans. I rest my case right there. We're coming to the end of our show. A few announcements before you go. On my website, you'll be able to access my discography. I've been working hard on my album Artistry, and it was previously released, then removed from stores due to a little dispute with Apple. But no worries, Apple is getting theirs. And if I don't kick their ass, these antitrust lawsuits will. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much, and come again. I know climate change is marketed as a bit of a bore, sometimes even a conspiracy. But I hope I kept it interesting and got the wheels turning. I love you so much, and I know it's last minute, but hang an ornament or light a candle for me. Happy holidays. Till next time. First, I'm Lanice, and this is my show. Have a seat, have a seat. And I'm gonna give you all of these to all the tea that be happening around me. That was straight off the dome. I don't have a fucking theme, but I'm gonna make one now.